Hello, hello, hello. This is an impromptu live stream. I'm just sitting here or lying here in my bed. And I decided to sit up on the bed and come live and have a chit chat, an impromptu one. So even if um, even if people don't join, I will understand because it was not planned. People can watch later on to see what I have been up to. If you're there in the background, you can give me a thumb up and you can say hello. It's an impromptu one, you know. Sometimes when you get to a certain age, certain stage in your life, you just take your time with certain things. You try not to stress too much. So we're just lying here. I'm thinking, you know what? Just having afternoon rest. Hobby is in the other room doing his own thing. So I say, let me come out here and just have a chit chat. I haven't got anything planned, but as Hobby always says, he said that he doesn't know when I started talking too much. Because if I open my mouth, something will come out. I'll have something to say. So, um, what are we going to talk about today? Just life in general. Life in general. Even if people don't come before I finish this live stream, you can watch later on to understand all I'm going to be talking about regarding life in general. The longer you are on this planet Earth, the more you see, the more experience you get. So there are things that will happen and you're like, you shrug your shoulder and just get on with it because or even when you think that you've seen it all, something else will happen. And you're like, wow, what is going on in this world, this life? What is actually going on? So, my lovely people, let us take things easy, especially in marriage. Me and marriage, we are 5 and 6. I'm always talking about marriage because it's something that I've enjoyed despite all the ups and downs. It's something that I've enjoyed. And I also love singing. So let me just be singing. And if anybody joins me, we can talk. People can even, come in and chat there because I'm just using my phone. So I can't bring anybody up or anything. And as I say, it's an impromptu live stream anyway. I just want people to join me. Let us just chat, just hear me out. What has she got to say today? Nothing serious, just general life, and the way we have to look at life, especially as we get older. Very, very important. As we get older, there's a way we should look at this life and not take everything too seriously. Don't take life too serious. Don't take people too serious because people don't care. People don't want to know, you know. Princess, I was just saying, just sitting here because I'm not working this week. And I said to myself, why not come here and just do an impromptu live stream? If anybody comes in, fine. If they don't come in, then they can watch it later. So, my dear, you're more than welcome to stay and listen to what I'm saying. It's just a chit chat. So I just said to Daddy, he's in the other room. I said, let me just come here. I'm just sitting down in bed. So why can't I just put the live stream on and that way also build my watch hour? Because since I went off how many months ago, coming back, everything is pointing down. Everything is showing gray. So I thought, let me come and do impromptu. Sometimes impromptu is good. Yes, exactly. I said to myself, because I always plan my Sunday live stream, but this one I thought, you know what? In between the week, I can just come out. People can come for 10 minutes, they can stay for 20 minutes, they can go in and come back and whatever. So how are you, my dear? How are you? How are you? How is Nigeria today? I dare not ask anybody how is Nigeria, because I doff my heart off for you all. You all are doing so well. And we keep praying for that country. You know, each time I say that I love Nigeria so much, people don't understand. People think I'm just joking, but no, I love it. I love it. I just want things to change so that when I retire, we can spend half and half. It is well with Nigeria. Yes, so you all are doing so well. You all are making it seem easy. But then what can you do? What can you do? You know, you just have to do what you can to keep going in life. Because life is full of ups and downs. Oh, somebody else joined us called Samuel. Samuel Morris. Hi, how are you? Where are you joining us from? At least I know Princess is joining us from Nigeria, Lagos. Samuel Morris. I don't think I know you. Where are you joining us from? How did you find the channel? You just found me on live? You're welcome. It's an impromptu live stream. I just have about an hour, and I said, you know what, let me come here and talk and share some life nuggets with people, and that way build my watch hour as well. So Samuel, let us meet you. And yes, I've got one thumb up only, and I can see four people there. Please, even if you don't want to chat, just give me a thumb up. I will appreciate that. There's 4 people there and only 1 thumb up. And I think that thumb up was from Princess. So can you please give me a thumb up? Even if you don't want to chat, that's okay. Because I do that sometimes. Oh, thank you. I've got another thumb up. Well done. Well done. Oh, Laurentia found me. I was just saying to Princess that it's an impromptu live stream. I was just lying here in bed because I'm not working this week, and I said thumb up, done. Yes, I can see that thumb up. Oh, well done. About 6 people. Princess, see, you were the only one before, and look at that, we have 6 people there. I will have 3 thumbs up. So as a Princess says, this impromptu live stream sometimes is really good. You know, it's really good. I just got notification. Really? That's interesting. Yes, so we are increasing. Yes. Oh my goodness. This is interesting. So from I was saying to myself, oh, look at the time, people might still be at work. But I said to myself, but not everybody goes to work. Like me, I'm not working. So why will I think that people will always be at work or whatever? So just come out here and chit chat. Because sometimes people are going around social media just wanting to communicate or log with chat with people, and sometimes they don't even have people to chat with. So I said to myself, okay, instead of just lying here, I was reading a book. That's a book from T.B. Joshua, Woman, Thou Art Loosed. I think, yeah, I was just trying to read that book, and I said to myself, I was trying to fall asleep. I'm like, no, we don't do afternoon sleep here. Unlike Nigerian, in Nigeria, people sleep in the afternoon and still sleep in the night. I don't know how you all do it. I'm on the road, mommy. I may be chatting much, but I'm here. Okay, no worries at all. No worries at all, my dear. It's an impromptu one. I just want us to look at life. Because, you know, as you get older in life, actually, you see life differently. Yes, you see life differently. When I was younger, we sleep. Oh, yeah, sometimes, I know. In fact, my senior sister in Benin, she has her sleep. Each time you call, sometimes you call her phone is switched off. She's having afternoon sleep. I'm like, not that we can't. I mean, as I say, I would have just used this time to sleep. instead of being on this. But the thing is, Princess, if I sleep now, even if it's for an hour, in the night, I'll be struggling to sleep. That's the thing. And we have our sleep routine. We'll have our bedtime routine. I know people will say to me, Mami Ifechi, is because you people are older, your children are all grown and gone. Well, we have always had a sleep routine. Obviously, when they are babies and you need to feed them in the night or whatever, that's different. When I mean sleep routine, I mean when they started growing up to become teenagers, more independent, doing their own thing, basically. And now that they're all gone and they only visit from time to time, each time they plan their visit, I'm like, oh God, you are so excited to have them. So those of you who have your young children, Princess, you see those your 2 soldiers, cherish them as much as you can, because time will come when they will, I won't use the word they won't have time for you. No, my children, no matter how they are all married, apart from the last one, they'll have time for us. Well, I'm just saying they have their own lives to live. Oh, Annie is here. Annie said I should not say that she's a new wife, so I won't use the word new wife, but our wife, Annie, is here. And she's just getting into this wonderful union called marriage. Annie, you are getting into a new, that is 40 years time. You look back like me and you'll be like, what is it all about? When I see people or men going there, they call them side chick or whatever they call them, or women doing, I'm at work, just came to smile. Okay, my dear, just give me your thumb up. The thumb up has not increased. Annie, you've forgotten your thumb up. Give me your thumb up before you continue your work. Thank you. Thank you for seeing me on live and then coming in. I was just saying that to Princess as well. That I know that some people or most people will be at work. I'm not working today does not mean that everybody have to be off like me. So I decided to come and have a chit chat for an hour to build my watch hour up, because coming back to YouTube has been one of those before YouTube said that this woman is not serious. Yeah, so I don't thank you so much. Good evening, Bani. Yeah, so thank you for coming. And I hope work is going well. I hope work is going well. Fantastic. Yeah, so even if Annie can still hear, because she's the newest bride. Princess is an old cargo now. Even though she's still young with young children, but she's an old cargo in marriage, if you know what I mean. But compared to Annie, who just got married recently, marriage is sweet. But at a point, you say to yourself, what is that all about? 10 years in soon. I don't try. I don't try small. You're coming up. 10 years now. So you can you can talk about marriage from after 10 years. Yes, you can say, do you know what? I've seen a bit of marriage. Not quite where I am, but I've seen a bit of it. And especially at the age your children are, that's a different stage in marriage. Before you start having children, that's a different age time in marriage. When you start having your children, people like me who had 4, and at a point I had 3 under 5 here in the UK. If I did not have the type of husband I have, there was no way we could have managed. And that is what I say to people. It's all well and good planning to have children, but be prepared to help. Even if you're in Nigeria, unless you have house help, the man should be able to be prepared to help. Because I know that Nigerian men, the way women and men are raised up in Nigeria in those days should not be the way people with sons should be raising their sons up in this day and age. No. Those days are gone, where the girls are supposed to be beside their mom. They're supposed to be helping out in the house chores, and the boys are out there playing football, and they'll finish playing football. They'll come back. They will eat their food. They will drop the plate there and rest a little bit and run out again to play football. that time is gone. Well gone, whether in abroad or in Nigeria, it's well gone. Now it's time for you to teach your boy child that domestic chores are not just for girls. A lot of marriages are having issues now because of this issue of men not helping out or not even knowing what to do. But one thing I must say to people who are married or wishing to get married is men have got a different way that they're wired. No matter how educated, they may be professors, they can have their doctorate degree and everything, but there's a different way that they are wired in their thinking. And you don't blame them. I think it's just that thing in them that they can't think, they can think ahead, but when it comes to, I don't know how to use it. And I wouldn't want to use that they don't use their sense sometimes. No, because there are things they also do. For example, I'm not very good, even though I work from home, my work is computer-based. All I know is that basic that I do on my work laptop and so on and so. When it comes to any other thing, people will see me now on live stream sometimes. I'll be calling daddy, oh, come on. They can't hear me, I can't hear them. I don't know what to do. So he will be there helping me out and stuff like that. And there are other things as well that I do, or suggestion, like I can think on my feet. I can think, oh, we haven't got this to eat. What are we going to eat today? Oh, I've got a little bit of that in the freezer. I've got a little bit of that in the fridge. You can make things together and it will be very tasty. Sometimes men are not like that. They have to plan well. They have to concentrate on one thing. But for us, women with children, we multitask. We have to think about this. Oh, they have their football today. They have this. Then you have to remind your husband that, oh, remember the boys have got this today, or the children have got this today. If not, they may not remember, because that's how they are. And you must not be mad at them. Oh, you should have known this. You are doing this again. No, that's how they are. They mean well, but sometimes it's just how they are. The things that bother us are not the things that bother them. And if you have one like I have, nothing, when it comes to finance in particular, nothing bothers him. The other day, for example, I was clearing something, and I opened this envelope, and I saw, we don't use dollars here, and I saw $200 in that envelope. And I remembered, and I saw somebody wrote there, happy anniversary. That was Bani. You remember, not last year, the year before, when we came to Nigeria for our anniversary. That was when somebody gave him that envelope with that money. And that money is still in that envelope. It's only recently, when I was clearing the visitors' room, that I opened that envelope. I would have thrown it away, just to show you how carefree my husband is with money. And I opened it. I'm like, oh, this was given. And the person wrote their name because they came from America for that event. So they put that money in the envelope and wrote their name and wrote congratulatory message. 1 year plus. He never even said, I know this person gave me envelope. I wonder what he said. Never even, only God knows how many may have missed without us knowing, because he did not even check. And then I found that money, and I was dancing with that. It's $100 into two, and I was dancing with them in front of him and say, oh, I'm rich. And he's like, he looked at me and he's like, what's that? I said, look at this. And I tried thinking that he would be excited. I say, oh, go and change it. He said, oh my God. And he said, I don't even think I thanked this person, because I can't remember even seeing this money. And that money, I just put it somewhere. When I'm ready, I'll go and spend it. And that's him. He does not worry himself about anything, especially since this last year that we went through, the ordeal that we went through. Nothing phases him. Once he wakes up, he has a meal to eat and a cloth to put on, even if it's one or two clothing, he does not mind. Nothing phases him. He doesn't bother about life. Even me, because we are so different. Sometimes I'm like, oh, this, that. He said to me, is that it? Is that all? I've learned a lot from him. And that is what marriage should be. One person should complement the other person. It should not be always about you, not about your spouse. It should be able to understand each other, that you are two different people. No matter how many years you have been married, you are two different people, and you must not expect the other person to behave the same way. And you must make excuses for each other. And if you don't make excuses for your spouse, how can you make excuses for others? Always jumping on other people's truth, always condemning them, always suspecting them. Couples, stop suspecting each other. A case, because people confide in me and they come to me from time to time to ask questions or to ask for advice. And this lady, young lady and young, married with 3 young children, that the issue she has is that her husband is always suspecting her, that they have trust issue in the marriage, that she will say that she's doing something or going somewhere and her husband will keep suspecting and calling her to know whether he will hear people in the background or something like that. And I'm like, I think they're only 5 or 6 years in marriage. And she said that this has been going on. And the one question I asked her, how did you meet? Because sometimes that also will determine how you live together. How did you meet? For example, if somebody or a lady came into a man's life when the man is already married and maybe that marriage scattered and the person got in, the man will always be suspecting you because of the way you came into his life or where both of you met. How did you meet? It's very important. And you have to start early on in marriage to build that trust. Despite where you met, once you decide that this is the person you want to marry, and I would think that you go into marriage for better, for worse. It's not going to be bed of roses all the time. And a typical example was what happened to us last year. It was not easy by any chance, but we pulled through because we know we are great believers in for better, for worse. We have had fantastic 40 years of marriage. And on that 40th year was when I can say that we have faced the most biggest challenge of our lives. But we pulled through because, one, God was on our side and is always on our side, because we don't have any other person but God. We trust him so much. But we are not that kind of believers that always say, oh, God forbid. God will not allow this. It is not my portion. We're not that kind of believers. We are believers that believe that, yes, God is the ultimate. God is able to do everything, but we also do our own bits to help ourselves. And that is what I was asking the lady. And I gave her some, when she told me how they met and everything and what's been going on, that it's been going on since they got married. She has tried several times to sit her husband down and talk. But he would just say, oh, you're just trying to confuse me. You see, I've always talked about communication in marriage. If you don't let your spouse communicate with you, then there's going to be a problem. One, you're suspecting her. She's tried to sit down for you to discuss, to have a dialogue. and you're not interested. That is not good. How can you now hear her out to tell you how she's feeling about the way you are suspecting her? You can't live that kind of life, suspicious, suspecting each other all the time. You can't live a life like that. It just does not work. So I will say that in marriage, in relationship, that people should always try as much as possible to trust each other, be open, share your lives, share everything. Sorry, my lovely people, let me say. Yeah, share your life, be open. There should not be any suspicions, suspecting each other. You can't live a life like that. It's not as if you're just coming together as friends, and then you can decide to end that friendship anytime. We're talking about marriage here. And if you are going to be suspecting each other like that all the time, then you won't have a life. You won't be resting in peace when you are alive. You remember in my last 2 live streams, we talked about resting in peace. Resting in peace, as I said in that live stream, should begin from when we are alive. But if you are living in that kind of marriage or relationship where you don't have trust, you are not transparent, you are always snooping around. Who is he talking with on the phone? Who did he send message to? And stuff like that. Then that is not living. Try to build trust and love. It's not just enough to say, I love you. Act it out. Stop looking at people who come out on social media or outside there, holding hands, kissing and doing all that stuff. If your husband is not doing that or your wife is not like that, you're like, oh, no. I'd rather that you show me that affection. Let's do that indoors than going out there. Sometimes those things are just for public show, and people will just be there worrying, disturbing themselves. Please, as you come in, give me a thumb up. Yeah, I know that it's an impromptu live stream. People can watch later, but I want to see the thumb up increase now. Give me a thumb up before you click out. And when you come, stay for a little while before you go. That's the only way YouTube can add that on. Stay a little while before you leave. Even if you don't understand what I'm saying, when you have time, you can replay and you'll understand what I'm saying. I'm talking about life in general, but basing it around marriage. And as I said before, first of all, it's just 2 of you, because marriage is for husband and wife. When you start having children, of course, that's God's blessing, that's added blessing. You thank God for that. But as you're raising up your children, as you're looking after your children, all well and good, look after your children very well. But at the same time, remember that 2 of you started the journey, and 2 of you, by the grace of God, God keeping us all alive, 2 of you will end the journey as well. So, for those who are using their children as a go-between, when they have a little bit of an issue with their spouse, they will use the children as a go-between, and then give that to your father, give that to your mom. Go and tell your mom that I'm going out. Tell your mom that is the food ready. You're using your children, and these children are learning. They're looking at you. Never mind what you do, but what you say to them, but what are you doing? They're watching. Do not ever use your children as go-between. That's why I get worried when I see some YouTubers doing a live stream or even normal videos where their children are around, and some of the things they say and the way they portray themselves, it's not good because they are listening. You can't come tomorrow and tell them not to use certain words when you have been using them. You may think that they're only 1, 2, 3 years, but they do understand. They internalize things. And when it starts coming out of their mouth, you'll be like, oh my God, where did that child learn that? Learn them from home. And when they start growing up and making and having friends out there, they may start learning things again also from their friends. But if you have shown them the way to go, the best way to go, and the right words to use, when they go out there, because this is not the type of words they have been hearing at home from their parents, they have been hearing smooth and calm, soothing words. When they go out there and hear people using certain language, they will frown at that. They will even come home and say to you, oh, Mom, I remember our boys were like that. Well, one day they came and said to me, oh, Mom, if you see how Jennifer was speaking, talking to her mom today, that was terrible. They were shocked because that's not what they are used to. Let your children be the one that will influence others in a positive way out there in school. Because some of the bad behavior children learn, they start learning them when they are outside, when they are in school, when they go out with friends. But if you instill that principle, that way you want them to live their lives from an early stage, by God's grace, and only by God's grace, they will turn out right. I say by God's grace because I've seen some parents, they've done everything they can, everything possible for their children, but still, one or two, or even all of them, go the other way because they listen to outsiders more than they listen to their parents at home. And that brings me to this important message, which is, in as much as we are busy, we have our busy lives and everything, our jobs and all the rest of it, let us always remember to make time for our family. Let us always remember to make time for our children, give them listening ear. I know it's not that simple, not that easy. So when you're a working mom, you're raising the children up and all the rest of it. Sometimes they'll come to you with something. See, sunshine, eh? Sun is coming from the window. When you go out there, it's freezing, oh. But from the window, can see some sunshine. No, UK weather. UK weather. Sunshine. That's the reflection you're seeing. The sunshine coming from the window in our bedroom, because I'm just in the bedroom. I'm sitting down in bed to record, do this live stream, because I'm just lying here thinking, you know what? Instead of just lying here doing nothing, let me put my phone on and come live and chat. I know it's working time. People might not be able to type or chat with me, but they can listen. I can see we were about 6, 7 before. We reduced to 3, 4. Now we are 2. That's fine. And the thumb up have increased by 1. Great. So whoever is out there that is not giving me thumb up, it does not cost anything now. Just double tap. Double tap and give me a thumb up. And I'm hoping that others will replay this this live stream. Even you who is in the background, you may come back later and replay it for me to build up my channel again. Having I've come back and I haven't even been uploading videos every week, but I can easily come out and do live stream. That one, you don't need too much preparation now. You just come here and talk. The other day, Daddy was saying to me, I don't even know when you started talking too much. Because before I can be in a place, so you won't hear me. I'll just be there smiling. But the one that I don't negotiate, I can't stop is smiling. It's just me. My people, did you see the reflection? Now sunshine, no. Now UK sunshine, no. In February. This morning when we woke up, there was frost. If you know what frost is like, it's not snow, but frost. Everywhere was frosty, especially in the grass. And now, few hours later, sunshine. We went out, we just came back not long ago, myself and Daddy, and he's doing something. Then I said to him, okay, let me leave you. Let me come here and have a chit chat with my YouTube family. So please give me a thumb up. It's just a general thing. It's not structured. I'm touching bits and pieces of things. So if you can replay this live stream, you can hear what I've said. I'm touching various things. It's not a structured live stream at all, but it's one that we can get bits and pieces from. Whether you are just getting married, whether you're 10 years in marriage like Princess, or you're newly married like Annie, who was here earlier on, and Princess, who was here earlier on. I don't know whether they're still in the background. Whether you're 10 years married or 40 years married like myself, it doesn't matter. There are different challenges. Every stage of marriage has its own challenge. But if you work on your marriage earlier, you will enjoy your older age. You will enjoy your older age. But you have to start the work early on in marriage. From day one of your marriage, from year one of your marriage, you have to start. You don't wait and say, look at these people. I wish I am like these people. Don't mind what you wish, because you don't even know where we have been the last 40 years and how we are now. People see me always still smiling like I was smiling for the past how many years. People who are in the background, please give me a thumb up now. The thumb up is not increasing. I can see people in the background. Just give me a thumb up. You don't need to type something if you don't want to type. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to say, but that thumb up now, just double tap to increase the thumb up. That's all I'm asking. And then when you have time, you can come back and watch and listen to what I'm saying, because the last time I checked, I don't talk nonsense. I don't talk nonsense. I go I try to touch lives. I try to be where people are. And it doesn't matter your age. I take everyone as human being. After all, there was a time I was younger before I became older. People are increasing in number. You're not giving me a thumb up. Don't you people just like the fact that I'm here, sitting down on my bed and talking to you? Give me a thumb up, please. It still remains at 5. People come in and go. You can easily tell when people are in and when people are out. And as I said, I don't mind you coming in and out, but all I'm asking you is thumb up. It's free. I'm not asking you for your money. Wahala. According to Jono, we say wahala. Give me thumb up. You people are there. The thumb up is not increasing. Why will I even be begging for thumb up? It should just come naturally. When I enter anybody's live stream, most of the time I'm in the background, but the first thing I do is to thumb up, and I'll listen. If I don't want to chat, I'll listen for as long as I want, and I'll go. And that's so I don't mind you not commenting, but the thumb up is free. So as I was saying, whether you're new in marriage or thinking about it, just be assured that it's a very sweet union. However, you have to start from your first day of meeting each other to start talking about what you actually want in your life, what you actually want out of that relationship. Because different from when during courtship, for those of you who had courted before they married, or those of you who are in courtship at the moment, let that not be time for you to be falling on top of each other and forget about the important things you should be discussing. It's from that courtship and from that discussion that you will know, is this person the person I can actually marry and spend the rest of my life with? Because trust me, yes, I've never been divorced before, but I've spoken with people, loads and loads of people. I've counseled people who are divorced as well, and it's not a nice thing. People may come out and tell you, oh, I'm better off with him now, I'm living my life, but sometimes it's not the case. Of course, depending on the cause of that divorce, anything physical, DV, mbanu. When it comes to that stage, you cannot, as I said in one of my video, was it the one I'm going to upload or the one I've already uploaded? You can't just lift your hand and be hitting somebody that you actually call your wife. The two have become one. Nobody hits themselves, So if it comes to that and then your life is in danger, then you know what to do. Some people stay because of children. Those children you see, they will be just fine. Seek your safety first, and then you'll be able to be there for your children. I'm still enjoying this sunshine coming. People see the reflection. See, that's the reflection of the sunshine. UK sunshine in February. Go out there, it's freezing. You can't just, the house is heated. The heating is on now. Never mind that sunshine you're seeing because it's quite cold. Anyway, thank you for people who have been coming and going and not giving me thumb up. Thank you very much. And for those who have given me thumb up, thank you very much. I don't know why anybody will withhold thumb up, but it's all well and good. As I say, nothing, no structure to this live stream, but it's just a general talk, live talk. People are going through a lot. If you don't hear from people, please do not judge them. Do not be angry and do not say, oh, I'm not going to talk to them. After all, I was the one that contacted them last. I contacted them last a month ago. They haven't gotten back to me. Why would I be the person? You don't even know. Just like what happened last year to us. At that point, I didn't even know where my phone was. It's not the time. And even when I knew where my phone was, the messages there were so many. The last thing I'm thinking about is contacting people or replying messages. There are stages in your life that you'll be at, and you just won't even think right. So don't judge anybody. Don't bear grudges. Don't say, oh, I'm not going to check on her or him because they did not check on me. You don't know what people are going through. And when people share what they're going through or what they've gone through with you, show some empathy. Don't start bringing your own problem. Even me, this and that and that. Of course, you can bring your own as well after listening to them and empathizing with them. And you say, oh, this is actually similar to what happened to me so and so time. So you can talk how you dealt with yours, how you're dealing with it, how you're getting on, and stuff like that. This life is so simple, but sometimes we make it so complicated. Especially married people. Two of you are in that house. You die together. As I say, unless there's DV, that one is a no-no. But if it's other simple things, life, we don't have enough finance, we don't have this, we don't have that. Once you have your life and you're healthy, work on your health. Work on your health and the health of your children. That should be the most important thing for you, not other material things. If you only have 1 or 2 or 3 items of clothing, make sure they're clean. Reuse them. All this idea of they'll say, who are they? You are who you are. Don't worry about what people say, because even if you change every day and you're carrying Gucci bag every day, or you're doing this, they'll say, here, look at, is that about her? Look at how she's spending her money, buying Gucci products all the time. And if you're not using that, they will still say, so why not just be you? Why not be yourself? Why would you have to worry about what people say? And some people will come back, it will become a problem for them and their spouses because they're comparing somebody with themselves and causing problem where there should not be any problem. Have comfort, be comfortable where you are. Be contented. You know, one of this stuck in our memory, but myself and hubby, one of the things the preacher said when we married 40 years ago, the preacher said, the preaching was in Igbo. He said, Afọ Junu. Afọ Junu means be contented. That's why when I have all those C's in marriage, one of them is contentment. When you're contented, it doesn't matter what the other person is saying or doing or what they're flashing, be yourself. Because the things you think you're missing or that you don't have, the other person may not have what you have. It's not all about money. Some people, married people who are very rich and they're not happy. Money does not bring happiness. But kindness, understanding, being compassionate, compromise, all these C's in marriage. Communication obviously is always the one that stands out more. You have to communicate, open communication. You have to compromise. You have to be contented with what you have. You have to care. You have to show compassion. These are all the C's. There's lots of them in marriage. Avoid comparison. Don't compare your spouse with somebody else. Oh, so and so did this for so and so. So what? How about the one your spouse is doing for you? Do you know either that person is doing that for them, for their wives or husbands? Do not compare. Be comfortable in your own, just enjoy what you have. That's the only way you feel happy in life or in marriage. My discussion today is centered around marriage because that's something that I enjoy talking about. Are there going to be issues? Of course. But how you deal with those issues matters a lot. Try and deal with your issues as soon as they occur. Don't leave them and say, oh, it doesn't matter. Oh, she doesn't listen. Oh, I'll leave it until next week. No. Who told you that you have next week? Deal with it there and then. And if you have to walk away when there's heated argument, you can do that to avoid you being physical. Because sometimes people are so anger can cause lots of things. If you need anger management, seek one. If you have to walk away from the situation at that time to avoid you raising your hand, do that. But do not walk away completely from your problem with your wife or with your husband, because you come back and that problem will still be there waiting for you. Please, as you come and go, can you give me a thumb up? That thumb up have not increased. And I don't know what it takes you to give me a thumb up. I'm here dishing some nice information and people are just coming and going with that and they're holding on to that thumb up. I really want maybe people to explain to me why they find it difficult to do that. Even if I don't like what you're doing or what you're saying, because I know the importance of a thumb up on YouTube. Or, I always make sure I give people their thumb up. Okay. Yeah. So all those C's in marriage, make sure that you apply them. And as I said, the one that stands out, and I don't always forget it because it was given to us during our marriage 40 years ago, is to be contented. Contentment. Contentment is very, very important. Live according to your means, not according to other people's means. Live according to your own means. Do what you can. And when you can, and avoid competition. Who are you competing with? So among all the good C's in marriage, the bad one is to avoid competition. Compete with anybody. You're competing with yourself. The other C amongst all is commitment. You have to be committed to that marriage. Oh. You cannot just be one person showing commitment and the other person is just, it doesn't matter. No, you have to be committed. Yeah. Commitment on both sides. If not, that marriage will not work. If it's only one person doing all the hard work all the time, no, it won't work. So all these C's in marriage, when we apply them and bring them all in to our marriage, to our relationship, we'll have a healthy relationship, have a healthy marriage. And as you're aging in your marriage, you'll be aging gracefully. And another C is compatibility. Are you actually compatible? That's even from the beginning. Are you compatible? Because some people rush into marriage and they're not even compatible. You have to study your spouse to be. Do you have shared values? Do you have common interest? You may not have the same interest, but at least your values have to align. It's not one person believing in going to Dibia or native, another person believing in going to church. Then you have different values, and it's difficult for you to relate properly. What are your goals? What are your goals? Are you just self-centered, thinking about yourself only, and not about your spouse? You just want to be progressing, going well. They'll be calling you name. You have this title, you have that title. But your spouse is not progressing and you're happy. You don't know what will happen in future. Things can turn around. You that think that, oh, I just want to, get myself to that level. You don't know what will happen in future. It can be health. It can be financial difficulties. If you don't help your spouse to also progress, this sunshine is still, if you can see the reflection, Abby, look at me, UK sunshine. The sun is just, it's coming from the window in our bedroom. I'm just sitting here in bed while I'm talking to you. I just chillaxing. I thought, let me just talk to my people. I'm going to be rounding this up in 5 minutes. I just want to spend an hour. Those who are not able to join can replay for me, and I appreciate that. Another C in marriage is consistency. Be consistent. Don't just do something today and think, oh, it's no longer necessary tomorrow. No, because you're in that marriage for life. So be consistent in the good things. So, not the bad ones. In the good things that you're doing, be consistent. Do not ever be tired of each other. That's why you need to understand what actually marriage is all about before you enter. Just don't enter because people are entering, because people are getting married. No. because there's a lot involved, especially when you start having children. Make sure that all the attention are not centered on the children, because sometimes we mothers, we can do that easily without even thinking about it, because we thought, oh, the children are quite young, let us, they need us, they're dependent on us. Oh, fine, that's very good. But at the same time, make out time for each other. Sometimes it's difficult when they're very young, but you can still make out time, even to do things together with the children, because that will also help them as they get older to remember what they did with their parents. Celebrate each other in your own way, your own little way. Celebrate your spouse. Celebrate your husband, your wife. Appreciate them. Even people like us getting older, we still love appreciation. Sometimes daddy will be looking at me like that, say, why are you looking at me like this for? No matter your age, that's why you need to package yourself well. You need to have confidence in yourself as well. But appreciate and celebrate your wife, your husband. Celebration does not mean that you're going to go all out and do this and do. No, it's small thing. You can just do small things to celebrate each other. Those of you in the background, please, I'm begging again, give me a thumb up. The thumb up has not increased. Can you thumb up for me, please? Because I'm going to be rounding up. I don't want this live stream to be more than an hour, so I've got 3 more minutes to an hour, and I'll round up. And hopefully, those of you who have been coming and going, you can go back and watch. It was an impromptu. I've touched on various things that really matter in life. But one thing that does not really matter so much is people's opinion, provided you in your own self, you're doing the right thing. People's opinion and validation does not matter. So don't worry. Oh, if I do this, they will say this. Or if I don't do this, they will say that. Mind you, they will say something, whether you do it right or you do it wrong. So why not just concentrate on getting yourself happy, making yourself happy? Because when you start stressing about what people think or what people will do, you're going to live a miserable life. Stress is real. Mental health is real. There's an increase at the moment. People are trying to bottle things up to show, that they are coping when they are not coping. There must be somebody you trust that you can share. Because sometimes the way we think about things will be different from how somebody else thinks about that. And it will help you if you share with somebody that you trust. Not somebody you tell something and the next time it's all over the place. They say, please, they don't want anybody to know. So why are you telling me? So why are you telling that person? That kind of people, there's no point sharing anything with them. The people you trust, either they'll give you good advice, they'll pray with you, and they'll genuinely pray with you, not, yeah, in our prayer, so just to say they're not doing anything. So let us search ourselves. This last 1 minute I have now, let me just say, let us search ourselves. Let us do what we've got to do for each other. If you don't look after people that you see that are alive, that are on this earth with you, can't tell me people running to church all the time, doing all these practices in the church, doing this and doing that. But people around you, there's nothing. They are not seeing anything. When you come out from that church, the type of words that will come out of your mouth, you'll be wondering. Let us be kind. You may not be nice, because being nice and being kind are 2 different things. Maybe I'll share that because this live stream is now 1 hour. I'm going to stop. You don't have to be nice, But you have to be kind. Be kind to people. The way you talk, the way you treat people, treat them with some kindness. Tell people the truth in love. That way, they may see you as not being nice, but doesn't matter. Be kind. Genuinely love each other. Enjoy your relationship. Enjoy your marriage. Work at it. Two of you. It takes two. Thank you so much, everyone. People who have come before and gone, and people who are still in the background. I appreciate you all. I'm going to end this live stream. But before you go, please, I still have about 2 people there in the background. Please, can you give me a thumb up? Oh, good. I have 1 thumb up now. The other person there, please give me your thumb up. Thank you so much for that person that just gave me a thumb up now. As I say, you don't have to chat. You don't have to say anything, because I know that this is working time. That I'm not at work today does not mean that others are not at work. So I do understand. So thank you for that person that just gave me a thumb up. And for the other person remaining, you may choose to give me a thumb up as well. And God bless you. God bless everyone who have joined me today. I think I'll be doing this from time to time. I'll just come out. Today, I've talked generally about marriage, relationship, raising our children, making sure that we lead by example, not just telling them what to do, but acting it out. Maybe next time, because I have in my interest is on marriage, family, relationship, and then health. Maybe next time I'll just do an impromptu one again, and on my health channel, I'll just come out, because both channels need the watch hours to increase. Yeah, I'll do that. Maybe I may even do that tomorrow or next. Yeah, just come out. And if people come in, fine. If not, fine. People can replay later. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm going to be ending this live stream now. Goodbye and God bless. So the next thing now is, how do I end this live? Hold on. Yes.